This movie cracks me up. I'm sitting here watching Semi Pro. I don't know why I like that movie so much. It's one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. It still makes me laugh. Every time I chuckle, I always chuckle. I go, God dang. No, Will Ferrell does that with me, man. He's funny. Elf makes me laugh really hard too. And this movie and I do like. I think I've got. No, we don't have Talladega Nights. The kids had that one, but yeah, and that one makes me laugh too. But it's just stupid. I don't know, it's so stupid. I guess it makes you funny because it makes you laugh because it's so stupid. But then I tell myself, Earl, I'm just doing time. Like old John Lennon said. But guys, um, I was out there shooting hoops in the rec hall, and had some military observers finally open up and talk to me. I've never seen them. I just can hear them talking because they've been in my life watching me, especially when I was in Cochise County. But I was trying to get back, the Custer guy I talked about and everything. I was like, no, so when you got into it with Frank Martinez and then you got after Cam Anderson, he said, yeah, because he was laughing when Frank sucker punched me, and I thought we were friends. I thought we were on friendly terms. Who laughs when someone gets sucker punched? Obviously, Custer would, not me. No, I'd have jumped Frank's shit and said, hey, man, that ain't cool. You don't sucker punch somebody, you little punk. You need to get your shit together before you come out here and try to play with us and others can trust you. That's the type of person I am and always have been. I'm not like Custer. I'm like Little Hawk, and I'm like Crazy Horse. And, we were talking about what happened to, I read, what was the guy's name? Was it Buck? I can't remember the guy. I remember him. He was a historian on TV. Wrote Cavalier and Buckskin. Wrote the story about George Armstrong Custer. Right. And they talked about what happened after Little Bighorn. That George's body was not mutilated. That the women, he had a sexual reputation among the Cheyenne women, and they just got him and stuck sewing needles in his ears. So in the next life, he would hear better so he wouldn't betray good women and children. And Tom Custer, on the other hand, was horrifically mutilated. Okay. And why is that? Well, they didn't see, Custer in the next world wouldn't be able to tell people what to do. So the women that want to have sex with him can have sex with him, but he still can't hear. Right? They mutilated Tom Custer because Tom Custer was the one that followed George Armstrong Custer's order and killed women and children all across the Wasatch. So that way, when you see him in the next world, you know that that man kills women and children. So they mutilated his body. The way people say it is because of his prowess and all this. No. You just make the punishment fit the crime, fit the punishment fit the crime. And so, like what Cochise did with Fetterman's body after the Fetterman, not the Fetterman, no, it was the Boscombe affair. Yeah, Boscombe's body. Fetterman was wagon box fight. Okay. But yeah, there's always a reason to certain people in the way they do things. But this Custer fellow thinks he understands Crazy Horse, Little Hawk, and me, and he doesn't. But we understand them. Oh yeah, I can explain him better to him, okay, than he can explain himself to himself. I was born better than him. I was born a better person. I'm a protecting person. They talk about having women and people that we're fighting for and all that bullshit. It's like, no woman is worth fighting for. Okay. You protect people. Okay. But it's not fighting for people. You don't fight for anyone. You protect yourself and others. And when you stop yourself from being violent, you're protecting others from yourself. Okay. And so you've got to understand that no one is, quote, worth fighting for. In Bambi, when he protects Feline, The other man forced the other. It's like David and Goliath. David didn't want to fight Goliath. Saladin didn't want to fight the Crusaders. Okay? He was protecting people from rapists and murderers. Now, the worst thing you can do, okay, is, quote, fight for something. If they talk you into fighting for something, you're like a tree without root, dead inside and fall for anything. Okay? So don't fight for anything. Protect. And the best way to protect, circumcise people's hearts and treat them to be a man like myself. Teach them to be a man like myself. Okay. You know, there's been a lot going on here and a lot of stuff with the people studying my brain activity and other people's brain activities and stuff. And this is like from a John Wayne movie, like McClintock, when they're fighting during the commercial. You're laughing. I remember watching it on McClintock going, okay, because they laugh and they joke about it. But it's really not funny. You know, people can get, they had one time where the Lakers and the Rockets got into a fight, and Kermit Washington could bench press 450 pounds. Okay? And he punched Rudy Tomjanovich in the face, right? And crushed his cheekbone and as part of his jaw, and almost killed Rudy Tomjanovich. Rudy Tomjanovich had to eat Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner through a straw. Okay? And Calvin Murphy started crying because that was his best friend, and he thought his best friend had just died. Okay. Kermit Washington had huge hands, and he hauled off and hit him just clean without any gloves or anything, just crack right here, and just literally broke his face. Okay. And you saw Rudy Tomjanovich just go to the floor like a bag of cement, kind of like John Tate with Michael Weaver. And it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. It's a scary thing. You know, Rudy Tomjanovich might be married and have children, and his mom could have been watching. You know, his mom could be a very kind and gentle person that doesn't raise children to beat other people up. But it's possible Kermit Washington had a mother that raised him to love Jesus and all that stuff, but he just had too many buttons pushed just one too many times and just a bridge too far, right? And so you guys got to understand that there's a lot of very unhealthy people that have access to our private and personal lives and manipulate us with money and technology and are not healthy at all and not intelligent at all. Okay. And you've got to understand this. And then you've also got the stuff that me and him talked about in the shadows, like basically about the whole thing with, I was telling Dad when I came back in from shooting hoops, I said, the only thing that can keep you safe, okay, in this world is being faithful and other faithful people being faithful with you. That's it. Period. Okay. Robotics and drones and robotics technology don't keep anybody safe. Okay? You go to sleep and I hack into your drones and robots, and I can kill you if you're drones and robots, right? Okay. Human beings cannot be programmed. Human beings can be manipulated. Okay? But human beings cannot be programmed. Okay? Computers and robotics can be programmed to do whatever an asshole wants them to do. Okay? Without question. Okay? A human being can question. Like Judy Krishnamurti talked about being skeptical when people tell you stuff and say, are they really doing what they say? Are they really meaning what they say? Will they really do that which is right for us to live together faithfully? Right? All right, so when that one kid who does the fucking digital printing houses, and he told that one lady on 60 Minutes, goes, everything will be done by robot. And that lady said, that sounds scary. It means these people that may build the robots can put us all out of a job and then try to protect themselves with their robot armies from each other. And it's like, Yeah, it's creepy, and it's not a form of protection at all. It's just genocide, murder, and aggressive, self-destructive behavior. It's not, quote, evolution. It's not natural selection. Okay, do you understand? As they perceive it. And natural selection is unnatural in a scientific understanding and perspective. Okay, because a superior human being is a humble, faithful, and righteous human being. Okay? And Jesus got killed off and turned into a god. And I get abused by selfish, self-righteous perverts. And you never saw me do a cameo on The Big Bang Theory to correct everybody from being self-destructive and trying to explain everything they can't explain. I remember watching that when he's talking about winning a Nobel Prize and all that stuff and how important it was. And she goes, I'll take myself out if it's this important to you and all that stuff. It's like, it's a goddamn fucking rock with an idiot's face on it that invented dynamite. And then they give you money. And then people get into a building with this rock and this money and they say, you did something really great. Okay? If you want to be faithful and you want to be humble and you want to love and be loved in return, you're gonna never want or accept a Nobel Prize from anybody that sees rock statues and money as great achievements and accomplishments. Okay? Do you understand? These are supposed to be our most intelligent people. They're supposed to solve all our problems with science. Okay? They're supposed to be the best people that we have to offer to the world. And that's not true, right? Okay, so robotics is not a solution. When we have soft surveillance with faithful human beings protecting us from unfaithful human beings, okay, is when we're living the Lord's Prayer and we're not subject to the abuse of people that think we're their subjects. Okay, guys? I love you very much. And don't hang in there. Get your shit together. I'll hang in there because I'm not full of shit. Okay, guys? I love you very much. All right, peace out.